for a little while, I became someone who might have been able to be an honest broker with like conservative and liberal friends online, because I would play this antagonistic role to both sometimes, where for the liberals, it was like, you don't recognize how neoliberal you are. The progressives, right? You don't realize, putting an LGBT sticker and BLM sticker on a missile that's getting dropped on collateral damage doesn't make it justice, right? Like, there are some real inequalities present that Democrats support too. And for conservatives, I mean, particularly when Trump got in office, it really became low hanging fruit. But I felt like I was an equal opportunity offender in that regard. See, when Trump got elected, I remember I was with a group of progressive friends who were very upset. And I was sort of in a place of, it wasn't glee, but sort of antagonistic glee at how big of a deal they were making it. Cause it's like, we would preach in our church about the fact that all worldly politics were corrupt, right? And so for me, it was like, you're making, it was like that Dave Chappelle sketch on SNL when Trump got elected the first time, when him and Chris Rock are sitting on the couch and all the white people are freaking out. They're like, guys, I think America might be racist. And they're just kind of like, yeah, maybe. Not that Chappelle, there's some issues with Chappelle, but so that's where I lived for a while. And I don't know, Milky, if you relate to that. Jason, I don't know if you have any thoughts about that type of mentality. Like, there are things about it I see as problematic now. There are times where I do miss it. I miss being able to hold myself above the need to pick between lesser evils. The fact that now I do make certain decisions where I will support what I think is the lesser of two evils. But for a while there, I really bought into that idea, church's alternative community, and being able to sort of put myself above the fray of partisan politics. That's where I landed for many years. I mean, many, I'm, 41, but at least 7 years, 8 maybe. So I don't know if you have any thoughts. I don't know if there are
Yeah,
criticisms.
and the thing, I mean, the big thing that comes from me is, when I came my family, I came to this country, all growing up, in the suburbs, it was like the white kids they were just, oh man, this is a cool kid from Africa. But then with the Black American kids, that's where, this is the thing, the majority of the racism, or like the racist experiences I had growing up, was from Black Americans, because I was not that. But then when I went to church, and I was now in a Pentecostal conservative church where it was filled with many African, descendant people, and not many, domestic Black Americans. It's in that space then where it flipped, where all the Black jokes, it's like, it almost like, it's like these white guys and white girls had this free pass to like essentially just like give any Black joke they ever wanted, anything they want, everyone to say Black, they could just, oh, because he's here and we're Christians or whatever, just mokey this, mokey that. You're the. And so it was super disorienting for me growing up. But then when I got older, and I remember one time I was sitting at a stoplight. This was when I was like getting ready to get out of college, and I was at a stoplight close to where my parents lived at the time, in the suburbs of Northern Virginia, man. This is not like Southeast DC or Baltimore. This is like Loudoun County, Virginia, man. Ain't very little goes on around here at the time. And I heard a siren go off, and I don't even know where it was. And like, when I tell you that the first thought in my mind was like, man, what do I need to do so that if these police run up on me, that I make it home to my parents? I was like, mind you, I live in the suburbs of North, like, not that stuff doesn't, but why is that? That was my first thought. And so it's like, when Bush got administrated, whatever, like, it was what it was. When Obama got in, like, it's just never been a big thing for me, like seeing that as anything that leads to a more quote unquote Christian way of being. It doesn't lead to more like equality or equity or any shalom. I think shalom is a better word, because it doesn't have to do with the two-part system or whatever. Like, it doesn't lead to more homeless people being able to eat, or there being less homeless people at all. I remember in my little town, this BLM rally a few years ago came up, and it's like, it's this thought that for a lot of people, like, fighting for justice is just an option. It's just another thing you can, it's like you're at a buffet for life, and it's like, okay, today I'm going to fight for justice. Tomorrow I'm going to save the whales.